The banjo has been around for 150 years, but it is showing up in music more and more all the time. Now, a huge convention is bringing some of the best musicians anywhere to Metro Detroit, and joining me with more about the North American International Banjo Competition, Mr. Bob Irvin. He is from the North American Banjo Convention. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You were telling me before we started that this isn't the banjo that a lot of people are accustomed with, or the style of playing.
The five-string banjo was the banjo back in the 1880s. It was used in classical music. Then as big bands took over, the tenor banjo became the primo instrument. And then they all started fading out, and as amplified guitars and so forth took over that rhythm section. So about everything was dying out about 1950, until the bluegrass movement brought life back to the five-string banjo. And the type of banjo we play is the tenor or four-string banjo.
Okay. And I take it this is a video of said banjo. What makes it different from a guitar? I mean, other than the number of strings, is it strung differently? What sets a banjo apart?
There are several different tunings, and the reason for the tenor banjo's evolution was that it could be tuned to match a guitar, the bottom four strings. That's the way I play. And the way Tyler's playing there, that's tuned tenor like a violin. So the violin players and the mandolin players could readily switch to this instrument.
What is responsible for the distinctive sound of a banjo? Because you can tell it anywhere. It has a sound all its own.
It's the way they used a device under the head called a tone ring.
Okay.
And each company had its own tone ring. This banjo that Tyler's playing there is a Vega, and in fact, I think that might be the one I bought from him. But this man here this is not his principal instrument, yet he plays it wonderfully well. He was the bass man for Ray Price for the last eight years before Ray died. Yeah.
Wow. Now that kind of looks like a snare drum or a drum of sorts. Is that intentional, or how's it work with the percussive sound that just arrived?
It started many years ago, back in the 1800s, according to folklore, really, that it was a gourd. And
like a squash, or?
Yeah, and it was just a makeshift instrument. But as it was refined, drum companies actually got into the business of making them. And they found that this was a very good way of doing things. And they covered them with calf skin,
okay,
or vellum. And now, because that expands and contracts very quickly, they're using plastic heads that are much more stable.
When is the North American International Banjo Convention, and where?
It's at the Doubletree Hotel in Dearborn.
Okay.
On the the northwest corner.
Okay.
And it starts at 6:30 p.m. Friday night. We provide 3 performances. And 6:30 to 10 approximately, if things run well. And then my little old band that's been interviewed here many times, the Regal Tagle Band, will open the afternoon show on Saturdays at 2 o'clock. And then Saturday night, it'll start again at 6:30 and go to 10, and that's when our headliners will be on. But one of them is coming from London, England, and he will be on the last act on Friday night. And my trio will bring him on. So.
All right. Well, Mr. Irvin, thank you very much for coming in and sharing your insight on the banjo, and hopefully we get a lot of folks out there stopping by to check out some good music.
Oh, the banjo's a happy instrument.
Yeah.
You can't not tap your feet. And there'll be jamming going on in the atrium all the time that there's not a show on.
All right.
So, thank you.
We'll have more information on our website, WXYZ.com. Keenan, sending it over to you.